This is the Temple of Gainz leg extension seated leg curl 2.0. Now, I know I am not alone when I say the leg extension leg curl was one of the missing pieces from my home gym. And if you go out there and look on the market, it's kind of overwhelming because there are so many different options. So if you're on the fence, I'm gonna tell you at the very end why I think this particular machine, and really Temple of Gainz as a company in general, is the right decision to make. And I'm also going to point out something that I don't really love about the machine, but why I don't think it's a deal breaker. So let's just cut to the chase. As you can see, I like high quality equipment. The Rogue Rack, the Prime Single Stack. I refuse to sacrifice quality just to save a few bucks because it's never worth it in the long run. Buy nice or buy twice. So I've got to be honest, I was a little bit nervous going with a brand that I'm not as familiar with. So Temple of Gainz is a relatively new company. However, it was getting so much good publicity that I got pretty interested in it. And what I can tell you, this machine I would put up against any other leg extension leg curl machine that I've personally used in the last 2 decades of training at commercial gyms and in home gyms. Quick disclaimer, I did receive this particular machine at a discount because I kind of harassed the owner and knew that I wanted to review this and use it. And I also requested an affiliate link, which is linked down below. So if you choose to purchase anything from Temple of Gainz, please use that because my son is gonna be here any second now. My wife may be in labor right now, and that little boy's gotta go to college somehow. That said, I'm not being paid to say any of this. I'm just gonna give you my honest thoughts and experiences with this machine. I've been having so much fun with this thing. I've done legs the last 4 days, so I think I'm gonna have to sit down for this. There we go. Now, first off, I think it's really important to talk about why this machine is so crucial for your training. The leg extension leg curl machine will allow you to isolate your hamstrings and your quads, unlike anything you can do with a barbell or a dumbbell, and that's why it feels so good. And you can try to configure something with a cable setup. I have tried it all, and not only is it extremely cumbersome, it takes so much time. And I don't know about you guys, but when I come out to the gym, I'm here to train. I am not here to build Legos. And then after you do all that, it's still not gonna be nearly as effective as the real thing. So what happens most of the time for you guys out there, and you all know it's true, you're just gonna be more likely to skip legs. You're gonna have chicken legs the rest of your life. And what I found from my years of experience is this is the safest, most efficient, and most productive way to train your legs, at least from an isolation perspective. So why go Selectorized? I'm glad you asked. From my research, most of the plate-loaded machines would just not meet my standard of quality. Yes, you could save a little bit of money, but I know myself well enough to know it doesn't matter because I would never actually use it. They are notorious for having a very bad strength curve, and if I'm not gonna get a good workout, what's the point? Yes, there are some outliers there, but for me, Selectorized was just the way to go. In addition to the better quality, it's so much faster. I do not want to be messing around with changing plates and moving things around. I love that I can get a super quick, efficient workout. I've got a growing family. I come out here at 4 o'clock in the morning, and for me, I'm able to hit 6, 7, 8 sets of legs in the fraction of the time of most other options, and it is definitely going to make a huge impact on my training. My criteria was pretty simple besides Selectorized. I needed something with a small footprint because I only have a 1-bay garage for the gym. This thing is so compact. Probably one of the biggest deciding factors for me personally. I also needed something that was gonna be super high quality that would give me the pump, the feel that I'm looking for. And I can tell you, this thing exceeded every expectation that I had. And I started looking into Temple of Gainz really because of the reputation they had built for themselves online, which is kind of crazy. If you guys are in the home gym community, you know every brand has haters. Some people hate Rogue, some people hate Reps, some people even hate Prime for whatever reason, but I'm doing research on this company called Temple of Gainz, and everyone has good things to say about it. So I knew something had to be up. And then I got introduced to the owner, Yoni, and I knew that that was the X factor. So what I learned is that Yoni is not just the owner of the company, but he is a home gym fanatic just like the rest of us. And as you know, if you're in this community, we're kind of a special breed. People that enjoy spending time at home, lifting by themselves in their basement or their garage, right? But he's so dedicated to the craft, so it was pretty simple to see why people were such big fans. He would come out with equipment, he would take feedback from the community and implement those changes to make the products better and better. So when version 1 came out, he took the feedback, as you can see right here, and he made the changes of the critiques that people gave him, which I think is really cool. So then when I knew a version 2 was coming out, I knew I had to get it. And I think that's what makes this so unique. You end up getting an amazing product at an amazing price, much less than other alternatives on the market, but you don't have to sacrifice anything, and it's been thought through and refined. And from a user experience perspective, you can tell it has been tested by someone that actually lives this life. So let me jump in here. Let's talk about the leg extensions first. One of the things I really love about this is how many different settings there are. So you can see, you can get it at the exact angle that you like here. You can adjust the lower pad up and down, and then of course you can lock yourself in. And it did take me a little bit of time to get it just right, but one of the great things they did on the 2.0 was they have the laser engraved number system here, so you know exactly which one to go to when you come back into your machine, and then you just start getting an incredible pump. This just feels so buttery smooth. I did upgrade to the aluminum pulleys, not necessary, but I think it's a nice touch. And what I love is the strength curve of this extension keeps the tension on my quads. It just feels so freaking good. Same thing with the leg curls. Every part of this machine adjusts, from the back pad to the knee pad to the leg roller itself. So you can really dial it in to your own specifications. Everyone's mechanics are a little bit different, so I really appreciate having that flexibility. You get locked in and you will just get the best stretch. And Yoni was telling me they've actually tested this machine from people that are 5 foot all the way up to 6'8", I believe. So no matter how tall or short like me you might be, you'll be able to get an incredible workout. Now they do also have a prone curl option. I decided to get the seated leg curl, not because the science gurus say that this is better, but this just happens to take up a little less space. As I mentioned, I was looking for something with the smallest footprint, and I am not going to pretend to understand all the engineering and mechanics behind this as to why it's so good. All that I know is it feels fantastic and I love using it. Now, after getting this, I realized this was probably the #1 thing missing in my training over the last 5 years since being in the home gym exclusively. So if you're in the same situation, I would highly recommend this piece. Not only are you gonna get an extremely high quality piece of equipment, you're gonna get it at a very competitive price, and also you will get the best possible customer service. Which leads me into why I recommend this specific machine, but also maybe more importantly, this specific brand, Temple of Gainz. Because if you go out into the marketplace, you're going to be inundated with so many different options of leg curl, leg extension machines. There's so many out there, it's kind of overwhelming, like I said, and you might find something at a better price, but more than likely, you're going to have to sacrifice quality, space, or feel. And I just don't think that it's worth it. And also, more importantly, when you make a purchase from Temple of Gainz, you are directly supporting a brand that I feel actually cares about the home gym community. And every time you go out and buy something, you have the opportunity to vote with your dollars. And that's something that I personally take very seriously. And what I love about Temple of Gainz and the owner Yoni is that there's a genuine connection to what we are trying to do, and that is make home gym equipment as user-friendly and as cost-effective as possible. And that is a mission that I can definitely get behind and feel good about promoting, right? And that's why I'm making this video and sharing this with all of you guys. And please do not take my word for it. Just do a little bit of research. Go to the home gym community Facebook, go online, go on Instagram, look at some of the reviews and what people have to say about Temple of Gainz. And it's reassuring to know that if you're going to make a big purchase, you have an owner that stands behind the brand and someone that's going to fix any issues that might come up. We're all human, and to me, it's not about what problems arise, it's about how you address and how you correct them. So I feel very comfortable recommending it to all of you. I know this will not be my last piece of Temple of Gainz equipment. And with all the great things that I just said, I do have one small critique. This weight stack is a 1-to-1 ratio. It goes up to 264 pounds, okay? So you are never going to be able to curl more than that weight stack unless you're a superhuman, you know? But when it comes to extensions, some of you that are stronger than me may get to the point where that is not enough weight. Now, personally, I don't have that issue. I got some big tree trunk legs, but my working weight is right around 154 pounds. So just like, you know, half the stack, essentially, a little bit more. And I'm never going to be able to max this thing out, but I know there's a lot of people stronger than me. The nice thing about this though is if you got to that point, the nice thing about this machine, you can do, unilateral movements as well. So not a huge issue, but did want to call it out. In conclusion, the Temple of Gainz leg extension seated leg curl 2.0 is one of my favorite pieces of equipment I have ever added to my home gym. It's compact, it's versatile, it's efficient, it looks great, it feels great. It's just an awesome piece of equipment and you guys are going to love it. So I would highly encourage you to check them out as long as you use my affiliate code. And again, I think you guys are going to absolutely love anything from Temple of Gainz. I'll talk to y'all next time.